Proposition 106, which is on the Colorado ballot this election, is the wrong measure at the wrong time. Look, we've already got a suicide problem in Colorado. We've got one of the highest rates in the state. We've got one of the highest rates of teen suicides in the state. Just in Colorado Springs, where I live, twice as many high school students decided to kill themselves than did in 2014. And we already know we have a high military population, people who have served our country, some of whom are suffering from PTSD, and for them, they're struggling with suicide as well. 22 veterans across America kill themselves every day. In light of those statistics, not only nationally, but especially locally, this is not the time to say in law that suicide is a legitimate option to those who are suffering. These people need our care, not our dismissal. But not only is Prop 106 happening at the wrong time for Colorado, it's just the wrong measure. There's a reason that nearly every national advocacy group on behalf of those with disability campaign against doctor-assisted suicide. And Prop 106 is a case in point because it lacks the necessary safeguards to protect the most vulnerable among us. First of all, it will allow insurance companies to introduce financial considerations at a patient's most vulnerable moment. We've already seen out of Oregon, where doctor-assisted suicide has been legalized for 20 years, the number of times that insurance companies refuse to cover expensive cancer medication, but they would be willing to cover the $100 or $50 prescription that would be a lethal dose to end the life of a patient. Not only that, but it compromises the doctor-patient trusted relationship. The doctor's first vow is to always care, never kill. Now, proponents of this Prop 106 will tell us that the only people that will be eligible for doctor-assisted suicide are those that only have 6 months to live. But all of us know people who have outlived their diagnosis. And all of us know that doctors themselves aren't prophets. They can't predict the future accurately. Doctors are just not able to guarantee a diagnosis. And when a patient goes to see a doctor, they need to know that that doctor is looking out for their best interest. And not only would the doctor-patient relationship be compromised, but coroners, according to Prop 106, would be forced to lie about the cause of death on the death certificate. They cannot list suicide as the reason for the patient's death. They have to list the patient's condition, which was not the reason for the patient's death. And finally, Prop 106 would isolate those who need our help from our help. In Oregon, over the last 20 years, far more people identify as the reason for their choice for doctor-assisted suicide, not physical pain, but mental anguish. And yet all the commercials that we're seeing for those who are endorsing Prop 106 are referring to physical pain, but far more point to depression, for the feeling that they're a burden on others, for financial stress and financial considerations. That is not a physical issue, it's a mental issue. These people need our assistance, our help, our care, our love, not our dismissal. That's why, all of these reasons, is why Prop 106 is the wrong ballot measure at the wrong time. Please join me in voting no.